Check 1 2 check check. I'm doing a radio check. Get my trusty microphone over here. Yeah. Ready? Who am I? Good afternoon, everyone. I see you. You know who you are. Anyways, what's happening, everybody? Just a little update on what's going on. See if I got any love going on Facebook before we get to rolling. Let me check 1 2, baby. Oh, there's I am. Volume's down. Comments are open. 2, baby. Oh. I'm talking. It'll echo the shit out of everything. My very first episode, if anybody ever watched that nightmare, I actually clipped out the first section of it because I thought I had to have everything up, not knowing that my app, StreamYard, took care of everything. And it was the most frustrating thing, especially being a rookie. Notice I got my company gear on, folks. Gonna be in the 50s the next couple of weeks coming up. And I'm going to be working. Me and 8-man over there. Anyways, man, check it out. Phill with 2 L's is going to be in my studio tomorrow night. Exploring with Phill, 7 p.m. right here on the Banter with Richie B podcast. We're gonna be talking some Smizak. Now, this is an interesting dude. Let me get you a little warmed up for we're about to partake in. Dale Quigley, I see you on Facebook. What's up, sexy Dale? Call me sexy. I called sexy back. So Phill is into everything, dude. Everything, man. The Mandela effect, Puckwudgies, ghosts, Bigfoot. I mean, some things I can't even list because I don't even know how to say them. So I was checking out some of his work. He is all over the place. And I think it's kick-ass to bring all these different angles into the paranormal world, the cryptid world. I don't even know what world you would call the Mandela effect, but the world of mind banging. Let's put it that way. So just absolutely insane. A lot of good stuff, man. And he's got some evidence. We actually went out, like I said, Friday, and we did an investigation together. And I came back to the house and I started, reviewing the evidence. And lo and behold, I remember there was a spot in the investigation that we were doing that he said something, and then he goes, "Oh, did you guys hear that?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't hear nothing." And I was actually standing closer to the sound than he was. And he started going, "Hello, somebody there?" And then he says, it was like a voice. I heard a voice. Well, I played back the video. And after he said what he said, you could hear the voice. And so I looped it for him and I sent it over to him from my phone, never mind all his equipment that he had running. And so I found this EVP of it's like a male voice. I couldn't make out what he said, maybe on his weekend. I don't know. But I'm hoping that he includes that in his evidence so we can review it, because that was really, really cool. But yeah, he's got all kinds of stuff, man. And he's such an open-minded dude that all the stuff that he explores and all the stuff that he talks about, all the stuff that he has curiosity about, I just love it, man. I love a good open mind. What's up, J. Lou? I see you, bro. If you're on Facebook, I can't put your comments up on the screen. I can just see them on my personal Facebook page, because they will not allow me to do that. I can do it on my Banter with Richie B. Go over to my Banter with Richie B Facebook page as well, guys, and follow that. We could use some more people up there to check it out. And of course, YouTube, like and subscribe. So we're climbing, man. I've been getting all kinds of crazy views the last couple of weeks. I actually have a new #1 video out there now. He said I'm not wearing any pants. Yeah, I'm not wearing any pants. That's ridiculous. Why would I ever wear pants when I'm in a studio like this? Pretty soon, coming to Banter with Richie B podcast, we'll have an under the desk camera. You can just click on that and observe my hairy legs. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you. Trust me. It's disgusting. So Phill, Exploring with Phil is going to be here Tuesday night, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. We're going to have a nice conversation. We're going to go over some evidence together. I just really want to pick his brain on the curiosities and stuff that he has, and where this all started, and what made him branch out so much from doing an investigation at the Hawkmock Swamp to doing an investigation in-house to doing an investigation at a cemetery to, all these other thoughts and theories, and talking about time slips and all kinds of crazy things, Oh, J-Lo got excited about that camera. He said, "Oh my God." Obviously, we all know what that means, that he's excited. So I'm looking forward to tapping into that a bit, you know what I mean? And then the following Saturday, the other gentleman that I was out with, please subscribe to Richie B's OnlyFans page. That's right, Jim. Coming to you soon. Richie B's OnlyFans. I didn't see it like that, Dale. Thank you. Usually I'm the one that grab those things. So let me see. I want to get some information here for you guys. So we're going to come over here. We're going to click Shadow Side Paranormal Research Society. I always have trouble remembering because there's so many words. But Rich was out with us too, and he's a good dude, and we went over a bunch of stuff together as well. We had a StreamYard meeting on here and talked for a little while, But he's going to be here the following Saturday for the paranormal show. So you got Phill, Exploring with Phill from that investigation, who's going to be here. And then we have the following Saturday, we have Shadow Side Paranormal Research Society, Rich out of New Hampshire. Rich Glidden is his name. And check out his YouTube. He's got a bunch of followers and a bunch of really cool videos that he has. And he's done some pretty crazy investigations, man. I was talking about it yesterday on StreamYard, and I'm like, man, you seem like you're getting into some dark shit, bro, So check out his stuff. Make sure you're tuning in with us, Charm and Fear Farms. That's a tough word. Up in Candy, New Hampshire. I've mentioned a bunch of times. I'm going to continue to mention it. I will be podcasting live outdoors at that event on the 22nd and 23rd of June. Obviously, if you can't be there, it's a little bit of a ride. You can tune into my podcast. I'm going to try to grab some people that are walking by, and maybe they have an experience they could share. 9 out of 10, there's a reason why you're walking around a Bigfoot event, right? Maybe get some kids to come over and be on the podcast and have some fun with the kids, I'll be selling shirts up there, hats up there. I'm not wearing any merch today, so but if you go on read my ticker at the bottom, shop our merch at banterwithrichieb.com/shop. Check out the new merch that we got going in there. We got some what am I trying to say? St. Patty's Day merch in there. We got some leftover, I think Valentine's is still in there. We got limited edition from the ladies' night that we just had Saturday. All the ladies were here. Michelle Gurner, Sam's Pretty Paranormal, Jenny Davis, Bobby Lee and her mom, and then Jesse stepped in to host. She was bantering with Jesse Almost B. I guess that's a fiance joke with women, but I thought it was pretty witty of her. But no, she sat in and had a good time and enjoyed herself, so that was kind of cool. She wore my gear, so she, looked like Richie B. But yeah, so she's working hard on the AIs and stuff like that to put into our shop and our merch, and we're making up different things. And there's a new Bigfoot gone fishing in there, or gone Bigfooting while Bigfoot's actually fishing. So there's a lot of fun stuff in there, hats and things like that. The only thing I could say about that particular dropship company is I love the gear. I've gotten it. I like it a lot. It's all Gildan t-shirts and stuff. Yeah, just coming soon to be. That's right. So yeah, you go in there. The only thing is just check back on your orders. I've noticed sometimes with the colors on the hats that we have, they want you to adjust them to your liking, because a lot of them they feel won't show up as quality. Mine, I had to do the same with mine, and I love my hat. My hat's awesome. So make sure you're doing that. But yeah, so this past Saturday we went out with, that was a Saturday? Yeah. This past Saturday the Burks came down and I got to show him my property and out behind my property and all the fun squatchy areas out there. We come up with a really cool new theory of why these trees are all broken all the time, um, and people, because that's one of the arguments I get from the people that want to just ridicule and shit on everybody. Um, you know, oh yeah, well, then why are all these trees broken? What are they doing it for then? What's your theory behind it? And one of the kick-ass theories that we came up with is actually all about food. And they seem to be changing the courses of these game trails out there where they snap trees over where the game trail used to be, or they set up sometimes we find these natural tree falls, and but it has like extra sticks on it, like somebody made it like an ambush hut. And one of the theories way back, I learned that with the ambush hut, when the deer comes walking by, the Bigfoot will kind of just stick out their forearms and snap their legs and walk off with them, basically. So we believe that sometimes they change the path, so the deer kind of has to go around, or the deer has to stop and look around and try to figure out which way to go next. And when that happens, they're easier to hunt. Again, relating back to the Native Americans, that's the theory as well. Because if you can get the game to kind of stop and look around for a minute, it's easy to put an arrow through their heart, right? So a lot of cool theories anyways, right? And then one lady I was watching yesterday on one of the Bigfoot pages I'm on, promptly before being shit on by a complete stranger who thinks she knows everything, which I will continue to put on blast. So that's now my new thing, not to be negative or anything. I'll have fun with it. Trust me. You know what I mean? It's enjoyable. What's up, Chris? So she was talking about this area where there's these heavy, I couldn't make out what it was, but things that were knocked over. But then, like, her theory is that all the trees would like knock down around this whole circle. And it was almost like a playpen section. Like, imagine yourself blockading the living room for your child not to get out. Like it's a message. What's up, bro? So, like, it's a message to their children not to go in this particular area because we're there. This is where humans live. Don't go there. So all these trees are kind of laid down around the place. So there's a bunch of theories coming out. The more and more I start picking this structure thing apart, and why the trees are, how they use the trees, why they use the trees. There actually is, plausible, like, theories, hypotheses, even, educated guesses from people that are actually put their boots on and go outside and then walk around for a while. Like one guy says to me today, I didn't engage, I just kind of blocked and reported him, but because I wasn't really in the mood for it. But oh, Caitlin Kimball, hello, sweetheart. Oh, that's my little kizzas. What's up, girl? Yes, and the plot thickens. Yeah, it does kind of. You know what I mean? So you have to take all these things around, and then you document this stuff because it's research. So over the years down the road, when someone comes up with this theory, or they get a picture of one doing it, I don't know, you can actually say, yeah, that's the theory that we had. So we're actually documenting these theories and keeping track of these theories and sharing these theories amongst researchers. And a lot of us are kind of in the same boat. Again, you come back to trees and structures. Yes, there's a lot of Mother Nature that does things. So it's not scientific, period. You can't do it unless you have cameras and you watch them in their natural habitat making something. Then you have no proof and you can't present it. But you can have a discussion about it between researchers and perhaps fans and people that want to be interested in this stuff. I mean, if you're here, typically, basically you're researching, right? I watch documentaries to the point where I have to wait a month in advance for the new documentaries to come out because I've caught up to them all. That's thousands of hours that I've done. That's research. I'm doing research. So this is all I'm doing is research. And I'm not telling you I know this stuff. I'm telling you that this is a theory that we have and trying to get your educated opinion from you. This particular person was a hunter. It would have been nice to have an educated conversation with him instead of him calling me a TARD right off the bat. Yeah, that's this and that, you effing. And that's what he said to me in a Bigfoot group. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So rather than engaging with him and shitting on my own name and make myself look bad, I just act like a little bitch and reported him. So that's what little bitches get. They get treated like little bitches. So yeah, so that was done. And then he figured he would start attacking the people that were having conversation with me and calling them names in the same word that I'm not particularly fond of. But he's out in the Midwest, so I couldn't really punch him in his teeth. And we don't want to condone violence in any way. But the world today, this is what we do to each other. There's no need for that shit. I was just talking to someone else who's getting shit on in their research field. There's no need for it. Stay in your lane, mind your own business, do your own thing. If you don't believe in what I'm doing, you don't believe in the conversations I'm having, then please don't be part of them. That's all. That's all. If you can't go out behind the woodshed, then shut up. All right? Have an educated conversation with somebody. Be a man, So be a man. That's all I'm saying. And there's just no need for it. It doesn't do the research field any good. You don't know everything. If you're coming in there telling people that that those are windfall and those are snowfall and those are, magic whirlwind and whatever else theories you want to freaking have, then you already know everything. Why are you even here? You don't need to research. You already know. You're amazing. So go home, take a nice big fat crap in your hands and clap in your face. Because that's what you are. Shit face. That was fun. Anyways, yeah, and if you're one of those people doing that, stop it. Cut it out. Get educated. Have a conversation. Bring something to the table. Debate it. I just had a nice educated debate last night with Jesse's sister, who's a skeptic. And it was a great conversation. It really was. I listened to her theories, and some of them I could get on board with. Other ones, I was just like, there's no convincing her. So that's fine. She has to find out on her own. That's it. I don't expect you to believe in ghosts. I had one walk up to me when I was a young child, knew my name, rubbed my hair, sat on my bed. I have no reason to lie. Have I made millions of dollars off that story? No, I have not. As a matter of fact, I've kept it a secret for a long time before I started sharing it. It's family knowledge. They all know I did it. They all know that happened. It's part of our story as a family. So, but I don't expect you to believe in it because that didn't happen to you. That's fine. But I love that you're here. I love that you're open-minded. I love that you want to have a conversation about these things that are way beyond our own realm, as far as like standing here every day and going to work and getting in the rat race and making dinner for the kids and, doing yard work and all that stuff. And then this stuff comes up. You're like, wait, what? I'm supposed to believe in a bipedal primate running around North America, Yeah, did you tag Tyler in that? Thanks, buddy. I fucking love you, bro. You got a legend in the house. I see you. I won't say your name because you're incognito. Jeez. I have to sign a waiver in order to use your name on my podcast. I love you, bro. But no, that's it's worth the conversation. That's all I'm ever saying. I'm always saying that. I'm always saying, hey, it's worth the conversation. So enough about that. You'll probably hear more about it on my opening tomorrow night. I'm going to continue to push that. I'm going to continue to tell everybody, hey, stop shitting on each other. Hey, let's have a conversation. Hey, let's be educated and act like adults. It's not like we're playing softball or anything, right? Well, we don't act like adults. Hey, it's my podcast, by the way. One more word. You know who that's to. But save it, softball. But no, so tomorrow night I got Phill Anderson, Phill with 2 L's, Exploring with Phill on YouTube. Check him out. He's got a ton of videos in there, and I know he's on. He tagged this Tyler. It worked that time. What's up, Tyler? What's up, my man? You get tagged by somebody? Fancy meeting you here. That's weird. You must have just showed up on your own. Yeah, right. Well, that's what I try to tell him. Prove it. Don't just tell me it's windfall. Go to the site, stand there, and show me how it fell the way it did. Fair enough. And if you can't do that, then either have the conversation in an educated manner or fucking beat it. Wicked simple. I'm not going to engage in your stupidity. I'm just going to make fun of you on my podcast because it's my podcast and I can if I want to. So yeah, tomorrow night, Phill Anderson. Saturday coming up is going to be another kick-ass paranormal show. Tomorrow night is 7 p.m. Saturday night is 6 p.m. So make sure you're there. Make sure you add in, and don't forget, I've been pushing this on different pages as well. This is an interactive podcast. This is a podcast that you can come in and sit right next to me on screen by clicking a link and be part of the conversation. You can ask my guest a question. You can ask me a question, stay a few minutes, maybe share a story or an experience that you might have had. We all want to hear this. We've done this a few times now. It's worked great. I think it's a whole new twist on podcasts. I think it's something that we can have people sharing stories about, and we can all hear those stories. So you're not just hearing it from me that, oh, a guy told me. Well, no, a guy's sitting here telling you as well. So, I think that's a cool way of doing things. Ladies' night's fun. We're trying to add a twist to all this stuff. You know what I mean? And try to, I think when you're having a little bit of fun, things are more visible and things are more understandable and things are a lot more fun to discuss. You know what I mean? So continue to have fun and enjoy yourselves. You know what I mean? Don't walk around shitting on somebody because they got a story that you don't believe or whatever the case might be. Hear them out. Counter it with something, match the evidence they have. If I pull out my phone and show you stuff and explain it to you, pull out your phone and show me stuff and explain it to me. So make sure that's happening. So, yeah, sorry, my dog's going nuts because I think my stepdaughter's home from school. But, yeah, if we could just get back to doing that. So, the Bogle brothers are in the house. I meant to call you back, dude. I'm so sorry. I said that to my fiance last night, too. It was too late to call you. Talk about Vermont. Maybe I'll do that this evening if you're available, sir. Appreciate the invite. That's another thing. Tim Vogel reached out to me about another podcast, but over in Vermont, and I'd have to check out the dates and all that stuff. But anyways, exciting theory, right? Get out there doing a podcast just like live outside, and you know what I mean? I'm just scared shit because of the internet and all that stuff, and I want to have my green screen, but maybe outside we'll have a kick-ass background of a natural drop, and cool stuff. Just a lot of cool, fun stuff happening. Yeah, remember the time? I try to remember the time. Yeah, I remember that time. You remember that time, Jim? Yeah, I will, bro. I'll give you a call. I apologize for the delay. I really do. I've been out. I did about 12 miles Bigfooting this week. Might not be a lot to you because of where you live, but around here, 12 miles is pretty damn good. So I was out for about 3 or 4 hours at a time. I went out like 3 times after a softball tournament in the snow and mud, chasing kids around. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was a long week, man. I was hurt. I've been hurting. So lots of ibuprofen. But yeah, no, just trying to get out there and do boots on the ground. You know what I mean? And hopefully get some more information about this subject that we want to know more about. So, yeah, so look out for that. So also coming up March 10th. Oh, excuse me. I'm a guest. And I'll pull up the information I believe on Turn Pages, with Jenny Davis and Russ Stiver. That's coming up. I had a kick-ass interview with Dale and Michael John. I thought that was great. I didn't know it was going to broadcast all over digital radio all over Canada, but that was nice to find out. I was like, oh, okay. So, a lot of good things happening, man. A lot of good things happening. I just continue to support us. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube, make sure you do. Make sure you follow me on TikTok. I'm going to start posting a lot more stuff on TikTok, Instagram, my Facebook, Banter with Richie B. I got about 340 followers. Definitely could use some more there, obviously. Going to keep building that stuff up. I got some new evidence coming out, new shorts that I'm making of all my adventures out in the woods. I do the lives, obviously, you guys know, out in the woods. Hello, Tracy Berryman. How are you? So we're going to be doing that. I think I'm going to be doing a lot more YouTube lives out in the woods. Kind of a little bit more, I don't know. I just want to turn it around, like mix it up a little bit, not just Facebook. Because it's kind of when you get on Facebook, it's like they own your shit. You can't really do anything with it. So it's hard to share with the world, If you're not there at that time, I can't really I copy a link and send it to somebody and it just comes up as a Facebook block. So there'll be a lot more YouTube lives out in the woods happening. I'll get an update. We are going to be headed back out to the hut site out in Western Mass with the Burks. I don't know exactly which date I'll be doing that. But I will let you know as soon as possible. And I am dying to get way out west with the Vogel brothers, man. If you're hearing me, my man, I dream about that. You know what I mean? Um, let's see. No, I do not have merch at my house. I will have merch at my house because I'm going to be ordering some for the June gig up in Candia, New Hampshire. So that's going to be kick ass. Make sure you get out to that farm. Or at least watch me on the podcast if you can't make it to the farm on June 22nd and 23rd. Watch my podcast live. Definitely show some support. Definitely would love a nice crowd. Good following. I'm gonna have I gotta talk to my boy Mike Trainer. I need some kick-ass stickers made up. Probably of this dude in the back, maybe that purple Bigfoot over there, or what am I doing over here? Probably this Bigfoot with the headphones and the other Bigfoot with the headphones. We'll have stickers and stuff like that, shirts. I might order a couple of cups, definitely some hats, stickers, like I said, different things like that. So I'm going to talk to Barbara Bertram. I want to have some of her stuff up on my table for her to sell. I told her about putting like bigger rocks on so here's my Bigfoot rock. If you don't know, I always show it. Barbara Bertram makes these up at Ashby Artworks. And I told her, make this rock here like bigger. Like, let me see if I can turn it like this. And then you can grab it because there's a theory on rock clacking with Bigfoots, how they kind of clack in the, and I've heard it plenty of times. We got it on recording and I've heard it live. But if you have two big rocks like this, you can it's easy to clack. And it might be something you could sell to the Bigfoot crowd. So I thought that was a good idea for her to do. She seemed to like it. So I was told her I wanted some made up. I want some made up so we can bring it up to New Hampshire for her. That's all her money, by the way, unless she wants me to buy them up front, I guess. But I would need a wholesale price, Barbara. So no, a lot of kick-ass stuff happening. All right, a lot of kick-ass stuff happening. Make sure you follow us, like and subscribe on YouTube. Like I said, I've been emphasizing that. I just had a new video of that tree knock, the one single tree knock, kind of go. It's up to like 3,200, almost 3,300 views. So it's kind of taken over like the top spot, at least on my YouTube. That's a lot. So that's pretty kick-ass. And I'm super stoked. So make sure we are here tomorrow night at 7:00 for more updates. I got to start writing stuff down because I remember stuff afterwards. When you do that, you're like, oh, I forgot to ask this. Oh shit, I forgot I got to do that, or I should have said this, or that type of stuff. But I'm a wicked ad lib dude, so I like to kind of do it kind of freely, you know what I mean, without having to think or read a script. But so I will see everybody tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Be here. Bobby Lee is away on business, but this time I'm told that she's going to have time settled into her hotel room and working the show. But if not, I don't know. I thought I did okay last week. You know what I mean? I could do it again if I needed to. Just always good to have her around. She's really, really good at what she does, and she's what makes this whole thing kind of go, So keep an eye out for my new videos coming out, my new shorts coming out. I'm getting a little better at editing them and doing different things with them. Any suggestions I'm always open to, as long as they're respectfully placed, ideas. And keep an eye out for Saturday's paranormal shows are picking up steam. 6 p.m. every Saturday is all about the ghost, paranormal. Maybe some oddities I'll mix in there. Tomorrow night's going to be about Bigfoot and Puckwudgies and Hockomock Swamp and technique and equipment, all kinds of cool shit like that. Things that you can use in both worlds, So it was really cool, like doing tree knocks and doing whoops and then having a REM pod going off behind me, So it was really, really cool to mix the two elements together. That particular video won't be done. I know that, unless he's going to surprise me with something, but maybe some sections of it. But that investigation he'll tell you when it's coming out. Last I heard, it was like from when we were there a month. So he's kind of backed up because he's got a lot of stuff. The dude's always going, man, always going. So make sure you check out Exploring with Phill on YouTube. And make sure you are checking out Shadowside Paranormal Research Society. He's got a lot of cool videos on his YouTube. And make sure you're here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock to catch more updates on what I'm going to be doing and when my next boots on the ground investigation will be, and whereabouts I might be at doing it. I am getting ready to take another fan out with me. So there's a few people I have on my list and on my mind that I want to take out and introduce them to the Bigfoot world and see if we can get someone else to jump down the rabbit hole with us, right? So that's it for me, man. I'm going to go do some daddy stuff and get ready for my big work day tomorrow, and definitely play some video games later. So I'm looking forward to that. A little chill time and a little family time. So make sure we're good to each other. If you have a debate, make sure you're not shitty about it. Okay? Just have the conversation, man. My show is all about banter. Banter is to jokingly converse. You can have a few laughs and still have a serious conversation. You don't need to be a jerk about it. So let's knock that shit off. There's enough of that stuff in the other political world, and that ain't on my podcast. So if you want to do that stuff, go troll a fucking political page. Don't come here with that bullshit. All right? This is a happy place. Oh, what's this? Popping in fast to say hi, boss. Oh, I got to say hi real quick. Let's see. Pay respects for losing our best friend's mom, to remind everyone to like, subscribe, and buy the merch. Well, God bless your family and your best friend's mom and all the family. And our thoughts are with you. Appreciate you stopping by, my brother. Safe travels. And definitely like, subscribe, and the merch. You got to buy the merch. I've had it rolling down the bottom ticker this whole time. There's no excuses. Well, there is one. It's called, money, but whatever. That's a farce too, right? So I'll see you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Exploring with Phill. Get ready to have some fun, because this is a fun, interactive podcast. Come join me. Make sure you bring a friend. Make sure you have a few laughs. Make sure you're active on the side. If you want to come in and ask a question or tell a story, make sure you let us know, and we will make that happen for you, okay? I want to hear from you guys, all right? See you tomorrow night, 7 p.m.